Okay, we have started the recording. Now we are supposed, okay, again, another warm welcome for all those who have just joined. We are expecting about 49 participants. I think at this moment, we are still short and we have 1 more minute. Okay, I hope everyone will be able to arrive on time. All right. Now, the thing that I want to highlight here about housekeeping is that because I have 2 monitors here, the main monitor is over here. This is where I will showcase the demo. And over here on my right is actually the Google Meet window. So most of the time, my focus will be on the main monitor here, and I won't be looking at this window. I appreciate it if you could, if you would like to comment, if you would like to say something, if you have questions, you have questions that you would like to ask, you can do so by turning on your mic instead of typing on the chat box. Because sometimes I'm looking at the main monitor. If you type something on the chat box, I won't be able to notice it and I won't be able to respond promptly to you. So the first housekeeping is, if possible, kindly turn on your mic when you want to ask a question, when you want to share your idea, when you want to comment. And please feel free to engage in a conversation with me and with the rest of the participants in this meeting or in this workshop, because I would like to have a dialogue with you, a conversation with you, instead of doing a monologue for an hour. Just like in your classroom or in your lecture, you always encourage your students to actually engage with you in the conversation. I would appreciate it if you follow the same principle that you always encourage your students to do in your classroom. So do turn on your video if you have your camera with you, and use your mic to share your ideas, to comment or to give feedback, and also to ask questions. Don't be afraid to interrupt me. You can stop me at any time. No worries. Just say, you have a question or you have a comment on what I have shared, and then just go ahead and turn on your mic and speak. Yeah. So do not worry about interrupting me. I would I would love it very much if we have a conversation. Okay. Now, let me check again the roll call. Yao Feng, please
Yes,
go ahead.
Mr. Lee, good morning.
Yes, morning.
I just want to ask about this workshop. Is there any attendance list? Because I just attended another CITC workshop and attendance list actually was shared. No attendance list for Google Form?
No. I don't actually, because the attendance is automatically taken by Google Meet. All right. So
Okay.
there's not a need for me to actually, share to you a link for your attendance. You guys are adults here. I don't treat you as as students. All right. Okay. All right, we still have about 11 people missing. Yeah, so the time now it's let me check my watch. Yeah, okay, it's 11:02. I will just give them another minute and then we will begin. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Mr. Lee,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Yashi.
Just a quick question. Yeah. Would it be great if you could share the screenshot of the your Google Meet attendances? Yeah. Later on, not now. After class. Yeah.
Okay. Why so? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on our KPI. They want us to prove right there, so everything has to be black and white.
Okay. All right. Okay. If you want the screen,
thank you.
Yeah. If I can share with you the spreadsheet. Yeah, there's nothing confidential about it. Yeah. So after today's meeting, I will share
everyone share to all of us.
Included in my email to you, asking you to give your feedback and also to watch the video in case you want to. I will insert a new link there, showing or sharing to you the spreadsheet of your attendance.
Thank you very much. Yes.
All right. Okay. And for those who attended late and for those who did not attend at all, it will be visible to everyone. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I think we will not wait any longer for the 10 who are late. All right. So we will start. Okay, I realized from the post that I have conducted earlier, a few days before today's workshop, most of you have not actually used NotebookLM before. So we will begin this with a session here on the interface itself. So I will give you an overall picture, the difference between Gemini and also NotebookLM, why we use Gemini and why we use NotebookLM, or why we use ChatGPT or Copilot, and then why we use NotebookLM. What is the special feature in NotebookLM and what differentiates NotebookLM from the Gemini and ChatGPT and other AI tools here like DeepSeek that you are using, all right? Either in your work or in your personal life. Okay, so I will begin with the overview. Then, because most of you have not actually used NotebookLM before, I will go on after that to the interface. All right, so this is an overview of what we are going to do. After we go through the interface, I will go through the function, each function found in the interface with you, before we actually look at some maybe real case scenarios, and maybe during that time, yeah, you can suggest how you might actually want to use NotebookLM in your work or in your teaching or in your personal research or in your research here for the university, and also for administrative staff, if you want to produce content, yeah, using NotebookLM, yeah, what are your, ideas on how you're going to do it. Okay, so we can have that kind of conversation going on at the later stage of the workshop. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin here with the overview, shall we? Yeah. So I have actually my slide here. Okay, so let me show you here the difference here between Gemini and also NotebookLM. So this is okay, let me pause this video for a while. Okay, let me use the slide instead. Yeah. Okay, so over here, you can see this is Gemini. And then I put Gemini as a cloud with an icon of a database in the background. Okay, and then within this cloud, you can see there are web pages, there are videos or YouTube videos, there are information, there is information from the social media, there are files, there are documents, all the things that are found on, the internet or online, or maybe not even online at all. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you here is Gemini, yeah, will actually use its entire database to create the result and generate the content that you are prompting it to do. Okay, so it is taking the entire world, yeah, in a sense, yeah, the entire digital world and its resources to produce that kind of content in response to your prompt. So that's what Gemini will do. Okay, now what's the difference between Gemini and NotebookLM, you might ask? NotebookLM, it's a bit different. You notice that the cloud, the database of the entire world, of the entire digital world, is no longer there. Instead, it is replaced with specific websites, specific videos, specific recordings or audio files, specific files or content that you might upload to NotebookLM in order for it to analyze. So what I'm trying to tell you is that NotebookLM, instead of taking the whole wide world to analyze the data and generate the content for you according to your prompt, what it will actually do is it will select, or it will actually analyze and generate content from the specific files that you have actually provided it. Okay, so NotebookLM is very targeted. That means here it will analyze and it will summarize, it will generate content, using the prompts that you give to it. But it will do so based on the sources, the specific sources that you have added into NotebookLM or into that conversation per se. Yeah. So NotebookLM is like a notebook. All right. So you have different notebooks. Inside these notebooks here, you would insert or add specific sources, and inside that notebook, you will ask the application and the AI to generate the kind of content analysis or summaries or whatever that you plan to do based on the criteria is based on this very specific sources which you have added into that notebook. So this is the core difference between NotebookLM and also Gemini. Gemini takes the entire digital world, whereas NotebookLM will actually only analyze the content or the sources that you have given to it. Okay, is that clear? So are you clear on the difference between NotebookLM and also Gemini?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Did you know about this before?
No.
No. Okay. Now,
Does it means that the NotebookLM is something like small language model?
small language model, not so. Not so. It's actually still a large language model. At the core of it, yeah, it is still using Gemini, but it is trained, yeah, to be more specific. Okay, let's put it this way. You have, if you use Gemini, the paid version, you have gem managers. Gem managers are like in ChatGPT. If you use the premium version, the paid version, you can create different personas. You can create a profile for, okay, let's say I am a YouTuber. I want to create a persona of a YouTuber. Or I am an academic staff. I'm a researcher. I'm a scientist. I create a persona of a scientist. So each time you ask a question or prompt Gemini to do something, right? Or ChatGPT to do something, you can actually choose which persona or which gem you want to use. For this conversation, I want to become a scientist. For this conversation, I want to become a YouTuber. For this conversation, I want to become a lawyer. I want to handle legal documents. So you can do that. All right. So NotebookLM, yeah, is something like that. But instead, yeah, the difference is that instead of taking the resources from the entire digital world, it will focus very clearly on the specific sources that you have provided it to analyze. Okay, so it is more targeted. Yeah, I would use the word targeted, and I appreciate this very much because I can do a lot of things with this kind of specific focus and target that NotebookLM uses. Okay, is that okay? Is that clear?
Yes. Yes. Clear.
Okay, so if it's clear, so let me stop my presentation for a while and then switch to the window, yeah, the main window over here. Okay, so let me present the entire screen to you. Okay, so this is how NotebookLM looks like, but before that, let me hold on here. Before that, let me go to the actual homepage of NotebookLM. So when you go to NotebookLM, this one over here, notebooklm.google.com, the URL at the top here. All right. So if you're not sure how to go to NotebookLM, just type in the URL on your browser. Okay. And then you will be brought to this homepage. But actually, no, yeah. So let me, because you still have a login page actually, and I would like to highlight to you, you can use NotebookLM with your university account or your work account, or you can use your personal account. I would strongly advise you to use your work or your university account. The reason for asking you to do so is because using your university account, Google will actually protect your data. How will it protect your data? It will not use, it will not use whatever that you have provided to NotebookLM in the training of their artificial intelligence model. That's the first thing, first protection. Second thing, it will not have any human reviewers scanning through your data, your sources, or whatever conversation prompts that you input into NotebookLM. So that is your protection number 2. You have these 2 protection available to you when you use your university account. You will not be protected if you use your personal account. So many of us are not very aware of data privacy and protection when you're using AI or, this kind of generative models for your work or for your personal life. I would like to advise you, I'm quite certain all your personal utilization of AIs or AI application will not protect you from this, will not afford the protection that it will give you, compared to when you use your university account, which I have just mentioned earlier. That means, let's say if you're using ChatGPT, you're using Gemini, if you're using Copilot or DeepSeek or whatever, if you're using it on your personal accounts, all this data will be captured by them. They will use it, and it will be considered, they can reuse it in any way they want to. All right. So recently there is a scandal. There's an issue. Adobe will take your content and then use it to generate their own content, which they will sell as stock images and videos to other content creators. So this would jeopardize the livelihood of those who are producing videos and producing images and designing graphics and etc. So these are the kind of issue that you might face. Let's say you have a research that is highly valuable, and then if you use your personal account, this research will be captured by the AI models, and it will be reviewed to the AI, and it will be reviewed to human reviewers as well. So you are no longer secured, and in case you have any patent issues later on, you might suffer because of your you're not aware of this situation. So I would advise you strongly, for more data protection, please use your university account when you're using Gemini or when you're using NotebookLM. All right. Okay. So any question on that before we proceed? So now you know where to get to NotebookLM. Simply type the URL. Soon, I believe NotebookLM will add an icon into your Google Apps menu, and you can access it from there, just like you do with Gemini. All right. Soon, I think this will be available to you. Okay. So once you have logged in, this is what you see. This is the homepage. And as you can see, I have many notebooks here. Each of this thumbnail here is a notebook. You can see I've tested a lot, and I've also used it here to do actual work as well. Okay. So this is how the NotebookLM will look like when you first log in. Now, the first thing we do is actually, again, I would like to highlight to you each thumbnail here is a notebook, and each notebook here has a limit of 50 sources. That means you cannot add more than 50 sources. If you want to add more than 50 sources, you would actually have to create another notebook. All right. So this is a limitation that they have set currently. Okay. Now, to create a notebook so that you can analyze or you can attach your sources and to analyze your sources and to give you the insights that you require or you want it to provide to you, first go to this icon over here, create a new notebook. And then this is the new interface. If you have attended my workshops prior to 2025, that means last year in December and also in November, the interface for the current NotebookLM is actually quite different from the ones which I have shown here in November and also in December last year. So the interface now is more streamlined. It's more what you call partition off to separate areas, which I will explain now. So over here on the left, you have your sources. This is where you will actually add your sources. You can add multiple sources of different format. For example, one major way you can add your sources here is actually to upload a file, upload the content from your PC. All right. So currently it supports PDF, text, Markdown, audio, and even MP3, for example, MP3 or WAV. So you can ask NotebookLM to analyze your videos. You can ask NotebookLM to, I'm not sure whether they will analyze video over here. I have to double check on that. But you can definitely ask them to analyze your audio files, and you can even have a way to do auto transcription for you. And after it has transcribed the audio file, you can make it as a source, as a note, and then ask NotebookLM to analyze the transcription for you in order for you to provide, in order for it to provide the insights that you want it to give you. For example, let's say you're doing a lot of interviews for your research and you have done a lot of audio recordings. You would like to quickly transcribe it, and you would like NotebookLM to provide you the key themes, insights, or whatsoever from your, let's say, 20 over recordings. You know, to manually analyze it would be very difficult, very time consuming, very burdensome as well, but you can ask NotebookLM to do it for you. So I will share to you how you can do this later on. All right, so these are the file formats that it will support: PDF, text, audio, but most of the time, PDF and only files. These are the things that we can use, and you can also attach sort of like documents from your Google Drive. For the moment, it will support Google Docs and it will support Google Slides. Strangely enough, it is not supporting spreadsheet or Google Sheets at the moment, but I assume that they will in the future support Google Sheet. All right. So if you would like to use your existing files from your Google Drive, let's say, for example, you would like to use NotebookLM to improve on the writing, the promotional material that you have written in Google Docs, you would like it to improve on it and to, somehow highlight certain things or whatsoever, you can use this area over here. All right, click on the Google Docs icon and then choose the Google Docs that you would like it to analyze or the slides that you would like it to analyze. So this is how it will look like in terms of the interface when you click on the add sources. All right, so you can see if I click on add sources, I have the choice to upload. I have the choice to attach Google Docs and slides from my Google Drive, or very interesting, this is very powerful. To me, this is very powerful. I can link any websites, for NotebookLM to analyze for me, or which I will show you later on, you can link up YouTube videos, which you can ask again NotebookLM to generate all sorts of content and analysis for you. So this particular area over here, the resource that you can actually add, or the source that you can actually add into your NotebookLM for it to run the analysis for you, this particular area here is actually really productive, and to me, I can only use the word amazing and powerful. All right. So this one I don't normally use, but if you have any text here, somehow you have copied and you would like to paste it, you can do so. Just simply, paste, click on this and paste the text. All right. Now you can see over here, there is a source limit of 50, but over here, I have more than 50. That's because I'm running a trial with Google at the moment. So because I'm running a trial with Google, you can see over here, if you take a look at the icon, it says NotebookLM Plus. That's the trial I'm running with Google at the moment. So because of this, the limit of my sources have increased or has increased. Instead of 50, it is now more than 50. All right. But for your account, I'm just running a trial with Google. So this trial will be removed soon, and then I'll go back to the same limit that you are using at the moment. So no favoritism here. Don't worry about that. Okay. So any question over here on the sources area? None?
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
What about the PDF file? Can NotebookLM analyze a PDF file?
Yeah, I've mentioned it here. Yeah, over here, you can see. That's the first thing they put, PDF.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, which I will show you later on. Yeah, all right. Okay. So over here, you can also collect the source panel if you want to, but we can look into that later. So in the main area here is where you do your chat and your conversation and your prompts. Of course, you can also upload the sources from here as well. This is actually a redundancy over here and over here. It's the same thing. All right, it's the same thing. Now, over on the right, there is magic happening again. Okay, first thing, there is this. Yep. Go ahead. Ask.
I would like to ask for the just now you mentioned that can upload the audio, then they can transcribe it out. So this one, I would like to ask the language. Is it only they could transcribe English language, or can include BM or Chinese language?
Mr. Lee, you are muted.
Hello. Yeah, I can't hear.
Does it mean I have been muted all this while?
No, just only just now.
Oh, that's strange. Okay, so you can hear me, right?
Yep, can read.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, the question is, does the when you upload your audio file, does it support other languages? So I cannot be certain at this moment because I've only tested English. I have not tested audio files in Malay or Mandarin. I will do so, and I will give you the results here after I have completed the testing, and I will post it in our chat space. Is that okay?
Thanks a lot. I also test out see how.
Okay, all right. You can test it out on your own as well. Now, over here,
right,
all
thanks.
right. Yeah, over here, okay. Okay, over here at the audio, what do you call this here? Audio overview here. They call it as audio overview, but previously it's a podcast. All right. So what happens is that if you would like to use NotebookLM to turn your sources into a podcast, that means a podcast of two person having a conversation, a deep dive here, they call it a deep dive, a conversation of the sources that you have provided to NotebookLM. And as it is as if it is a talk show, like for example, like Kyrie, keluar sekejap, yeah, for example. So that is a podcast, two-person talking, yeah, Kyrie and Sharul, yeah, I've forgotten the other person's name, sorry about that. So basically, yeah, if you would like to, be more creative, you can turn your analysis into a podcast, and this is where you do so. And on top of that, yeah, you can also create very sort of like I would say important documents from your sources. It can produce study guide for you, which you can freely use here with your students. It can produce briefing docs here. Currently it's faded, you can't see the text much, but once I've added the sources, this will be highlighted, and then you will be able to use it. Okay, so we will take a look at this later on once I've added the sources. Okay, so this is the general overview of the interface of NotebookLM. So very quickly now, let us just upload a source. Now, I would first okay, what do you want to see? Yeah, the first source for NotebookLM to analyze. Yeah, what is important to you? What kind of material that you would like to use NotebookLM with here? Anyone? PDF, audio, video, website?
Start with PDF.
Okay, so let's start with PDF then. So let me add a resource over here, choose a file. Okay, for example, here over here, I have some documents prepared. Okay, and I have audio file over here. Sorry about it. Okay, I have a PDF over here. Now, let me just very quickly upload a paper which I've written more than a decade ago. Okay, over here, I think this is the one. Yep, I think this is the one. So let me open this. And it will add your source into the application. And then once it has finished processing, you can see almost immediately it will be able to generate a summary for you. So if you can't see this properly, let me highlight to you, all right? Or let me zoom in. This is what it summarized based on the paper that I've just uploaded here. And you can see it is actually very accurate in terms of the summary and how it highlights here the major points here in this paper, which I've written about more than a decade ago, actually. All right, so this is how it will work. All right, this is how it will work initially. Now, after you have done so, okay, you can also, on top of that, if I click on this, I can see the transcription of the entire paper over here. And then from here, you can use the specific prompts that it has generated for you. Okay, so it will analyze the paper, and then it will produce your key topics. And if you would like to drill down to these key topics, you can simply just click on it, and then it will become a prompt in the main chat area, and then it will produce a result for you. Okay, so this is how powerful it can be here. That means here you have Okay, let's say you are a faculty staff and you are invited to review papers here by an international journal or something like that. So instead of just doing it raw here, you can actually, without any assistance, if you would do it, if you like to do it, you can become Personalised. But if you like NotebookLM to help you to analyze the paper, you can actually do so. Yeah, you can input the paper over here, and then you can ask it here to provide insights for you, which you can use in your review and assist you here to produce the peer review faster for that international journal or something like that. Yeah. So, well, okay, so this is the result that it has provided here concerning new pedagogies of this particular paper. And it is very specific, it is targeted at this source. And you can also see over here, citations here. Let's say it says Ingress, a massively multiplayer augmented reality, has integrated several new pedagogies into its gameplay, including MOOC, badges, crowd learning, seamless learning, and etc. So what is the evidence for NotebookLM to do this summary or to provide this insight for you? So you can actually click on the citation and it will actually pinpoint and highlight to you where it is quoting from. Okay. So you can expand it if there are 3 dots over there. Yeah, basically it will mean that there is more than one citation. So the second citation is over here, further down the paper. So this is the content here from the paper that allows NotebookLM to produce this statement. Okay, so if you like to be more precise, if you like to check and confirm what NotebookLM is saying, you can actually mouse over the citation or click on the citation to see the actual source on your left. Okay, any question? And it does this very fast, very fast. And after you have, let's say, after it has produced the result based on, let's say, the prompt that you have provided, in this case, the prompt is discuss new pedagogies here. I can save this as a note, and it is very important for you to save this as a note, because if you do not, the next time you open this notebook again, this result will be removed. It will disappear. So very important, each time here you found something here that is valuable for you in terms of your work or your research, to make it permanent, please click on Save to Note. So once you click on Save to Note, the note will appear here, and you can always refer to the note, even though the prompt and the sort of the original result here is removed or is no longer available. Okay, because this area over here will refresh itself each time you close the application and reopen it again. All right. And at the same time, if you want to, you can actually turn your note here into a source here if you like to do so. So you can see I've opened up this note over here, and if I like to make use of all my notes here as sources as well, I can easily just click on this icon over here, convert to source. So when I convert to source, it will be added as a source over here. Okay, any question? So I have uploaded a PDF file, which is a paper that I've written, an academic paper, which was published here by IEEE about a decade ago. Yes, it is on augmented reality and on gaming and new pedagogies. As you can see over here, the summary provided. And you can see the results here from this particular analysis, or from this prompt here, will be generated to you very quickly by NotebookLM. So it is actually very efficient and fast. Okay, so any question up to this point? So you're clear on how you can use this, right? Okay, all right. So another thing here that is actually very sort of impressive is that each time you insert a prompt, it will automatically suggest other relevant prompts for you at the bottom here. Okay, so if you can't see this, let me just very quickly zoom in. So the initial prompt was, basically when we inserted the source here, it will provide you the key topics. So I selected one of the key topics, which is discuss the new pedagogies. So ask it to discuss about it, and this is the result provided, which I've already saved as a note. so that it will have a permanent presence, a permanent record. But what is impressive is that in addition to this particular result here, it will also sort of like generate other prompts which you might want to use to drill down further on this particular topic. For example, we are talking about new pedagogies. One of the new pedagogy is MOOC, here, massively open online course, right? I'm sure you have heard of it before. So how does Ingress resemble MOOC? Okay, this is very interesting. Or what motivates the Ingress player to continue playing? What are the Ingress limitations as an educational model? So it will generate relevant prompts for you to drill down further on this particular topic of new pedagogies. So this is what it can do very efficiently. So for example, let's say if I like to see how this particular game here resembles a MOOC or massively open online course, I could just click on this. It will enter as a prompt into the chat, and then it will produce the result for me. Yeah, so you can see Ingress bears resemblance to this kind of learning. Okay, due to its structure and elements. Here's how Ingress mirrors a MOOC according to this author myself. Yeah, so large-scale participation, online interaction, accessibility, sequential content release, assessment and rewards, community support. So it is actually very efficient in terms of its analysis of this particular paper to produce this result for you. So again, if you think that this result is important, always remember to click on Save to Note so that it will be a permanent record for you to use. And if you want to use these notes as sources, you can add them to the sources later on. Okay. All right. So any question?
Clear.
Great. Okay. Now, I would like to do another thing here with you. Okay. Now, because I don't want to, you see, NotebookLM, because it is very targeted at a specific source. So, what I'm going to do next is that I want to turn an MIT OpenCourseWare video lecture into a study guide for my students. And I do not want to add it into this notebook because it will corrupt my current conversation with this notebook, and because it is not relevant at all. This is an analysis of an academic or a published paper. This is a review of it. I do not want another source which is not relevant to this to disrupt my current conversation or my current work or my current research on this particular paper. So because of that, I will go back to NotebookLM and I will start a new notebook. So in this case what I'll do is that I want to show you one thing which I find very useful when I use NotebookLM, especially if I'm still an academic staff, I will definitely do this. So now I'm going to turn an MIT OpenCourseWare. Okay, for example, let me open up YouTube. All right, so let me open up MIT OpenCourseWare. Now, MIT OpenCourseWare is a channel. It's a channel that will provide all the open or Creative Commons or openly accessible content and basically educational content from MIT, which they provide free for everyone on the internet or throughout for the entire world. So for example, let's say I have this particular lecture here on Introduction to Principles of Economics, and I find this very useful. But the presentation might be a bit slow and maybe unattractive to my students. But I would like to turn this video into sort of a guideline for my students to study and to learn about principles of economics. So what I can do is I can simply take the link of this video, and you're not sort of like violating any copyright because MIT encourages you to use their courseware for free in your teaching or in your work. All right. So over here, what I'll do is that again I will add source, but instead of adding a PDF over here, I would use a YouTube link, and I would just paste the YouTube link over here, and then I will insert, and it will analyze the YouTube video. And you can see the amazing thing is that when I actually click on the source here, the entire video is transcribed. You can see the entire video is transcribed. And this is what I meant by, if you upload an audio file, it will automatically transcribe for you. And then from here, if you want to, you can just, copy the entire, you can just copy the entire text if you want to, copy it. And then you can add a note over here, and then just paste the text over here. And then now you have the entire lecture transcribed for you, or any audio file transcribed for you. Okay, so this is how a transcription can work. Now, what I want to do here is to highlight what it can do with its presets over here. The presets are the study guide and the briefing doc. Okay, so you can see from the lecture, it will give me the summary as usual. And from the summary, I would like to produce a study guide, which I will share with my students so that they will use this study guide when they watch this video to sort of learn about introduction to the principles of macroeconomics. So if I click on study guide, it will produce a new note. And almost quite immediately, within a few seconds, it will produce the study guide for this particular lecture from MIT. It will allow me to use these questions over here. It will generate questions, and you can see, let's say, if it's too small for you, let me zoom in further. Okay, over here, you can see principles of macroeconomic study guide. Answer each question in 2 to 3 sentences. So what is the primary focus? According to the lecture, is the macroeconomics, the sum of macroeconomics, why or why not? And then key answer, please answer key. This is for you. And then you have essay questions as well. And then you have glossary of terms, glossary of key terms of this particular lecture, all generated freely for you to use in your Google Classroom when you design this assignment. Based on this study note, you can design an assignment in Google Classroom and then ask these questions to your students, provide the link to the lecture, and then you can use this answer keys for your evaluation of the students' understanding. You can also use the essay questions, and you can also provide all this glossary of key terms to your students as their reference. Okay. Any question? Would you use this? If I am still a lecturer, I would definitely use this with my student. I would definitely use other content on the internet. I can add a source, not only just from YouTube video. I can actually add a website as well. Okay, so if I would like to have 2 different sources here to use them to lagerkan each other, in order to have a synergy. Maybe one source will disagree with another source. I would like it to review it for me, give me the insights, or even produce a study guide, a more interesting study guide here for my students. I can do so. So if I would like to add more sources to it, I can do so. So this is lecture 1 and this is lecture 2. So if I like to add more to my existing source, I'll just repeat the same step: add source, YouTube video, paste the link, insert it, and let it analyze for me. After it has done so, then I can refresh this. Okay, so this is a function that I would like to highlight to you, which you can use. All right. Okay, not this one. Where is my refresh button? Very strange. Okay, maybe it's because okay, let me generate a prompt first. Now, if you have a prompt and a result over here already, you can see the refresh button will appear at the top. What will this refresh button do? This refresh button will actually refresh this entire chat and remove this result and start afresh. Okay, so if you click on this, let's see what happens. It says, are you sure you want to clear your chat history? Yes. And now it has cleared everything. Okay, so when you have added another source to your pool of resources over here, it will also highlight to you how many sources are being used for this analysis. So you can see over here, 2 sources, right? All right, any question? So I would also like to click on this briefing doc so that you can see what is the result. So this is actually a study guide. And then this is a briefing doc. A briefing doc is something that you can use here. Let's say you have this content and you would like to have a summarized version of it so that you can brief other participants, or you can brief visitors, or you can use it to actually create a video or whatsoever. Yeah, you can do so by clicking on briefing doc. So when you click on what it has produced, you can see over here, principles of macroeconomics and overview of key concepts. Okay, here's a briefing document summarizing the main themes and ideas from the provided excerpts from this particular principle of macroeconomics lecture. Okay, so you can see this is the briefing doc. What is macroeconomics, cost objective and approach, current macroeconomics issues. And if you would like to use this briefing doc here to brief your students, you can also do so, because it's so well produced and it's so structured. You can easily use this here as sort of like your tutorial material during your tutorial classes after your lecture. So instead of having to produce the briefing yourself, the briefing document yourself, you can just ask NotebookLM to analyze these videos for you, produce the briefing guide, and then take this briefing guide to your classroom, to your tutorial classes, and use it together with your students. Or you can even use this to produce other content if you want to. All right. Okay, I think I might be going too fast. We have still about 20 minutes. I would pause here at this moment and open up to you. Do you have any questions? Anything that you would like to share? Any ideas? Okay, none. If none, I will show you the other function over here which you might want to use before we move on. Okay, so if I click on FAQ over here, you know what is an FAQ, right? Frequently asked question. So basically, again, this is a very good resource that you can use with your students, because you can just paste this into your Google Classroom as an FAQ for this particular lecture on macroeconomics, and the students can actually refer to this FAQ, and they might actually find this useful for you. For their studies, right? Okay, so I have shown you how you can use your study guide, your briefing doc, and your FAQ. Timeline is not so. Yes, Colleen.
Mr. Lee, later
Yes.
Can you show us how to use the deep dive conversation?
Yes. I'm about to finish off this area and then move one step up here to this area.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Any question before I move to this deep dive?
No.
So I have covered the sources for you. I've covered the chat, area. I have covered, the other prompts that NotebookLM generate for you. Okay, in order for you to deep dive here further into this particular summary or these 2 sources over here. Now, let's say if you would like to produce a podcast here of these 2 video lectures, you can do so simply by just clicking generate. That's all you need to do. But if you would like it to focus on certain areas of this lecture during the production of the podcast, you can actually click on customize. And then over here, you can see this is the help desk. You can actually give the AI some pointers on what you would like the podcast to focus on. Okay, so if you would like to be more specific for those who are already using the podcast feature in NotebookLM, and you would like to really have the AI host here to drill down to a particular theme, please use this customized audio overview and give it a focus. All right. So at the moment, I would not key in any focus over here. I would just generate this for you. So it's very easy. You just click generate and then allow it to generate the podcast for you. It will take some time. This will be not as fast as how it generated the summary and all these results for you earlier on. So this audio podcast will take some time for it to generate. So while we let it generate, I would like to highlight to you this particular configuration setting icon at the top here, found inside the chat area. So earlier I clicked on this before while I was looking for the refresh button. Now I'll click on it again to show you what it does here. So you can see here, you can actually configure your chat, to work in a different profile or persona. Yeah, let me put it that way. As you can see, you can define, you have two options. You can define your conversation style, whether you like to use an analyst, a guide, or even custom. Right? If you use custom, then you have to provide some input for it. Okay. Now, can I? Okay, I have to move it from custom to default. So you can choose here your conversation style, and also you can choose a lengthier response if you want to. Right? For me, I always feel whatever ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever results they generate is too short here. I always, even though I tell them I want an essay of 5,000 words here, they still cannot provide me that kind of length. Yeah, so over here, you can actually configure the profile of the chat to ask it here to always generate longer results and responses for you. Or if you want to, a shorter one. So this is what you can do over here using this icon. You can determine or ask it to use a more analytical style in terms of the conversation, or a guide, or just a custom or the default. Okay, so you can try this out. All right, so while it is generating the conversation, here is another thing that I would like to highlight to you, which you might find it useful in your teaching, for academic staff, not relevant to administrative staff. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is this, rubrics and essay test. Okay, what am I referring to here? I am going to ask NotebookLM to actually assess my students' essay using the rubrics that I provided. So over here, let me see. Okay, this is my rubric, and then this is my student's essay. Okay, so I insert two sources at the same time. Insert. It analyzes it. You can see this is the rubric. This is my student's essay. By the way, both are generated by Gemini. So you can see the summary is provided here. Now, all I need to do is score the essay using the rubric. And let's see what happens here. So let me zoom in further for you in case you cannot see. To effectively score climate change essay 1 using the provided rubric, this is the citation. Each trait, focus, organization, voice, word, and sentence structure, grammar, etc., must be evaluated independently. Okay, so you can see first they evaluate the focus and details, and these are the comments that they provide, and then these are the citations or the evidence for them to give you this particular comment. And then more importantly, it also, therefore, it earns the score of 4 in this category. And you can go through all this, and then at the end, overall, based on the rubric criteria, this essay appears to achieve the highest score in each category indicating a well-written and comprehensive essay. Each category, NotebookLM will provide a score for you and also will provide the reason for its scoring. Is this going to be useful for you in your teaching? So you might want to try it out, right? You might have rubrics. I'm sure all of you are using rubrics right now in your assessment, correct? No? You have to use rubrics, right? Correct? According to what I understand, yeah? Isn't it? No. There's no rubrics involved.
Yes, Mr. Lee, yes.
Okay, all right. So you might want to try using the rubric, something like this, attach the rubric and attach the student essay. However, I must advise you, you must remove each student essay after you have generated the result and save it as a note. Because if you do not do so, then, if you just insert another student essay, and then there will be two, and then you're confusing the AI, it would not be able to provide accurately the score for a particular student because there are two student work inside your source now. So when you're doing something like this, always, do one by one. If you like to remove the source and then add another source from another student, just click on remove source. Click on this option over here and then click remove source. You can retain the essay rubric and you can refresh the chat main area in order to free up the previous result, and then you can have a fresh result. All right, any question up to this point?
No for me.
Okay, so if not, let me go back to the podcast. You can see it has now been generated. Now, in order for you to listen to it, I have to share this as a tab. So let me share this again as a tab very quickly so that you can hear the audio. Now I will play the audio for you. Yeah.
All right, so get ready because we are going to do a deep dive into the world of macroeconomics.
Macroeconomics 101.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And you have sent some really cool lectures my way, actually from MIT OpenCourseWare.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of break them down together.
Awesome.
So think of this as like your economics tutor.
How do you find it? Do they sound like real human beings talking? They do, right? Sometimes it's easier for your students to actually listen to the podcast as a summary of these two video lectures, which they can listen to it on the go, right? Because it is presented in a more interesting way. As lectures, right? Sometimes our presentation skills are actually very bad, right? Or not very bad, sorry, very unattractive to the students. But podcasters or YouTubers or streamers, they have a way to sort of like draw your interest. And, to be honest, their way of doing presentation is much better. So this particular podcast, if you give it to your student, you can easily just download the podcast and then upload it to your Drive or upload it to your Google Classroom and share it with your students so that they can actually use this podcast to listen on the summary, on the conversation between these two podcasters. They will summarize all the important points of these two lectures, and then making it easier for the students to digest the information. This will give them the foundation and the background or the backbone for them to watch the actual video itself later on, because they already have an overview, they have their interests rekindled. Now they can go to the actual lecture, and then while they watch the actual lecture, this will provide the understanding in the background for them to understand better what the MIT lecturer is trying to say. Okay, so that's how you can use the podcast if you want to. All right, any question? I still have about 5 more minutes left. I have about covered everything that I need to cover here in NotebookLM, all the main functions and features. Oh, another thing is that NotebookLM allows you to collaborate. If you like to work with another colleague here in terms of your analysis of whatever that you're doing, you can actually, share. You can actually share just like any content that you have in Google Drive. You would like to share to your students or with your colleague in order for you to work together with them. You can do so simply by clicking on share. Okay. Now, before I forget here, another thing here about using NotebookLM for research is that, just now you have seen how I can analyze a paper to do peer review of it. Here, for example, let me very quickly go back to this particular paper. I can say, highlight the weakness of this research method here. So I would like NotebookLM to criticize my paper, right? So, and I believe you provide very interesting insights for me. Is that you can see immediately it has identified the weaknesses, which I also acknowledge. Sample size is not sufficient. Survey distribution method is not that great. There is the issue of self-reporting bias and lack of demographic information. So these are very important insights that can actually help you to improve on your paper before you actually publish it or submit it to a journal or something like that. Yeah? Or it can help you in your research for your PhD or for your master's degree or whatsoever. Right? Okay. Now, another thing that I would like to show you is that this is the last real case scenario that we'll highlight because we do not have much time left. In my line of work, as an admin staff, I gather a lot of survey. Maybe as an academic staff, I gather a lot of information and data from surveys, from feedback. Maybe as a lecturer, you will also do so, with your students, or maybe if you're doing research and you're doing survey, using survey as a methodology, and you have collected a lot of data, and a lot of them, a lot of this data, is actually in the form of text, in the form of comments, which is very tedious for you to analyze. You have to use NVivo and etc. in order to analyze it properly. But with NotebookLM, I can do something like this. Let me create another notebook, and I would add a source. Okay. Now over here, I have my data, which I have gathered using Google Forms. And with Google Forms, right, the comments are actually placed here into your what you call spreadsheet. And because currently NotebookLM does not support spreadsheet, it will only support PDF. What I will do is that I will print here the data from the spreadsheet into PDF like this, and then I will open it. And I would very quickly allow NotebookLM to analyze the survey data for me. So you can see this is actually all the data, but I actually do not want to use the ranking. I just want to show you the what you call the X, the feedback that they give. So this is not the one that I want to use. Sorry, just hold on for a while. Very quickly. I thought I have actually downloaded it really. Looks like I did not. Yeah. Okay. So learning in progress. Okay. So you can see this is the text here from my sort of survey. Right. About 300 over entries here, I think. So what I'll do is that I would. Sorry, you're not seeing my window, right? Correct. Not. You guys are not telling me. Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the survey data that I've gathered from my spreadsheet, all right, from my Google form, and then exported the data into my spreadsheet. And then now what I'll do is that I will just download it as PDF like this. Okay. So I'm going to put it inside my document. Actually, I have done so. Yeah. Sorry, I have done so. So now you can see how I have converted my data from spreadsheet to PDF. Now, if I go back to my NotebookLM, I would upload this source Okay, so what I'll do is that I will choose this data, learning in ingress. And I will let it analyze this text for me. Now I'll say, okay, I'll just use one of the prompts that they provided here. What motivates ingress players to start and continue playing the game? All right. Or let's say this, how do players describe their learning experience? So this is more sort of like focus on what I want to learn. So based on all these comments here, about 300 over of them, I'll use this prompt, and immediately you can see NotebookLM is able to analyze all the text for me in order for me to get the insights quite immediately on all the comments and the feedback provided by these participants in my survey. Okay, and then I can just save it as a note. So if you are using survey as your research methodology, and if you're asking a lot of open-ended questions, and you do not have the time to actually go down to the actual data source itself to review all the thousands of comments provided by your students or your participants in the survey, you can actually turn the spreadsheet data into PDF, upload it into NotebookLM, and then ask NotebookLM to very quickly give you the insights that will guide you in your research. Okay, is this helpful? All right, so this is the last 12:05. We have reached the end of our session. Before we go, before I let you off, just okay, you have actually heard the podcast, right? So what am I thinking? So I think we have completed on time, and I do not want to. And thank you for coming. And I do not want to take up any more of your time. For those who need to leave, please feel free to do so. I'm not disappointed if you leave. But for those, if you still have time to ask questions, if you'd like to provide your feedback and your comment, you can stay back and do so. I'm here. So thank you very much again for coming. Thank you for joining this session. This is a basic session. I hope this will give you an overview of what NotebookLM can do for your work, for your research, or whatsoever, for your teaching. And I hope it will meet your expectation. You can explore this further on your own. And for those who need to leave, thank you. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend. And for those who have questions, please feel free to ask me now.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Lee, thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Excuse me, Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Here is NCR here. I
Yes.
just want to ask regarding the adding the source, right?
Yes.
Is the NotebookLM able to recognize the scanned copy of PDF? What we have tried is that we convert the words to PDF, we convert the sheet to PDF. So if the PDF file is actually a scanned copy, so is NotebookLM able to do that?
While you're doing the scanning, you have to ensure that whatever application that you're using to scan that, whatever that you're scanning, make sure that, but because basically now most applications that turn something from something into PDF will do the OCR for you, will do the text identification for you. If the application that you're using to scan whatever that you are scanning and turning into PDF, if that application automatically will identify the text and then keep them as text in the PDF that you have generated, if you put this kind of PDF into your NotebookLM, it will automatically detect the text. There's no issue on that.
Okay, because I browsed through some ebooks, so maybe some of the chapters on the page I can't download, but I can. Some allow me to download a few pages.
Oh, that is very, very easy. Just use your phone, use Google Lens, and then capture the text, and then it's done. If you use your phone and use Google Lens to do this kind of scanning of ebooks or whatever printed books that you're doing, you can easily convert whatever you're scanning into text, and NotebookLM will recognize it. So
I see.
So if you're not sure how to actually use your phone to capture text, from any printed or material or any physical material, yeah, I think we have a video on that, yeah. So let me know, yeah, in the chat. I will share the link with you later on. It's very easy to use your phone, yeah, to scan anything, yeah, in your physical world and turning it into digital, and then asking the phone, yeah, to search for whatever that you're scanning, or transcribe the text, or to translate the text whatsoever. Yeah, that is not an issue. I don't see any issue with that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. And one more thing is regarding the assessment, the rubrics and the things, right? So is that features is more relevant to those essay type of assignment? If, for example, I'm teaching accounting, so sometimes my assignment will be a combination with some essay and some calculation, some figures as well. So in this case, can this able to help me to assess and maybe to give me some comment or feedback for the student performance?
I think that actually depends on how well your rubrics is written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if your rubrics is clear enough for NotebookLM to use like for example this particular rubric, if you are very precise in your rubrics it will actually enable the NotebookLM application or the AI to score the assignment for you. Okay. Even though it is a technical subject, and also it involves fluency in terms of language at the same time.
I see. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee.
Yeah, you have, I know, for technical subject, you have to be a bit more precise in how you write your rubric. Yeah, I know some of us, we, due to our, we already have the knowledge in our mind, and we do not want to write it down in the rubric. And then you just give a general statement in the rubric. This will not be helpful. Yeah, remember, all your AIs all your Gemini, your ChatGPT, NotebookLM, how well they function depends on your prompt. Your prompt. Yeah, your prompt has to be precise, focused, and give enough background information. So your prompt is also like your rubrics as well.
I see. Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, okay. So all right. Okay. Did I show you this? I didn't yet. Yeah. So this is the rubrics. Yeah. So you have to be very detailed in terms of how you write your rubrics. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
yes. Go ahead. Yes.
I have questions here because I tried to get this NotebookLM to explain like one of the slides in my PowerPoint.
Yes.
The problem is when I convert it to PDF, it seems like with 60 plus pages of my PDF document, when I prompt to explain, let's say explain a certain page, 50, but it seems like the NotebookLM saying that is we don't have our document. The document uploaded is the maximum is only 21 page, so it seems like you can't explain it because no such page happens. I just wonder why.
I'm not sure, when you print out your PowerPoint into PDF, how PDF convert it into pages. It may be different from your slide, So that means in the PDF, one page might have 2 slides or something like that. I'm not sure. I need to actually look at how your PDF is actually printed out. But
how about if I check my PDF after converted is 60 plus pages?
Yeah, but I do not know how the PDF, how they assign the pages. I need to see that. You may be you may be thinking in your mind is actually page 21, but in the actual PDF document is actually page 54. That might happen. So I suggest to you, if you already have your PowerPoint in your drive, why not just insert it as PowerPoint instead, and let it analyze the PowerPoint instead of turning it into PDF.
You mean we can upload even for the PowerPoint?
Yeah, of course. When you upload, when you upload PowerPoint into your Google Drive, it will use the Google Slide format, and then it will, I believe, then NotebookLM will recognize your PowerPoint as Google Slide, and then you can ask it to analyze.
Okay, I'll try then. Thanks.
Yeah, so that will be easier for you instead of you having to convert it into PDF.
Okay, I'll try that. I thought for the PowerPoint, we can upload the PowerPoint. I didn't notice that.
No, you can. Let's say I have a PowerPoint here. I've not been using PowerPoint for many years, so excuse me. Okay, so let's say I have this PowerPoint over here, and let me save this very quickly in my documents. You can see here, I have not been using PowerPoint. I can't drill down into a specific, oh no, it is asking for my OneDrive. I do not want my OneDrive, sorry about that. Okay, never mind, I'll save it here. Okay, all right, so now if I'm to upload here, if I'm to upload my PowerPoint from my documents like this here and open it up. Okay, so I have this PowerPoint. When I open it, it's actually opening the PowerPoint in Google Slides.
Yeah.
Okay? So I would assume from there onwards, if I go back to my NotebookLM, if I choose Google Slide, I should be able to detect my PowerPoint. No, it's not over here. So that means what I might need to do is that I might have to convert this into an actual Google Slide format if I save as Google Slides. Let me do that. So now I have this saved as Google Slide, and then I will just type in as test here. Okay, I will also do this. So if I now go back to my source, Google Slides, then you can see it recognizes it.
Okay.
So instead of having to print it out and this and that, you just need to turn your PowerPoint into slides and then use it to analyze. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So over here, file. This is the PowerPoint. You can see the original format is still retained PowerPoint. So you can just click on File and then save as Google Slides. That's all.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
All right. Any other questions? I appreciate it if you do not type it in the text box here, so it's too small for me to see. Today's video recording will be shared to me. Yeah. All the recording will be shared. Thank you very much. Need to test on practical cooking. I'm not sure whether you can analyze actual cooking tests or not. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Lee, I didn't get the attendance there. To sign in for the attendance.
No. I will share the attendance record with you later on. Yeah. When I email you for feedback, I will share the record of the attendance. Yeah, welcome. Any other questions that you would like to ask? Sorry, was I showing you my entire screen just now? I was right, correct? Not?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
It means I can marking the example the student research with NotebookLM, correct?
You mean just now when I used the rubric and the essay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it doesn't care whether the research is 100 pages or 200 pages or 300 pages. We can still use it to marking, correct?
I think there is a source limit NotebookLM. I think there is a limit. Yeah, 500,000 words.
500,000 words. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That's all.
So you can see, right? Yeah, 500,000 words. Yeah.
Okay. Noted. Thank you very much, Mr. Lee. See you again.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. I think 500,000
for you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. I think 500,000 words is sufficient, right? Correct? No? If not, you can just you can just start another notebook. Yeah.
No, normally they will do around 10,000 to 20,000 word.
Yeah. But remember, when you're evaluating your students' work, when you're doing assessment like this, you must make sure that after each assessment, save the record, remove the existing students' work, and then before you add in the new one. Yeah. You
Okay.
must do that. Yeah.
Okay, noted. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See you.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Any other questions from anyone else? Okay, if none, then thank you very much for staying until now. Yeah, so I'll see you another time. Okay, so have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Bye-bye.